Hey Eugene, have you heard?
So back in 2025, the administration issued a executive order narrowing the scope of people's right to U.S. citizenship as a matter of birth in the United States. That was litigated and the Supreme Court struck it down on a 5-4 vote that the order is illegal per federal law, and a broader 6-3 vote that the order violates the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. So that executive order is now gone, and this whole matter has been resolved. The order that was initiated last year required people to prove that their parents were either U.S. citizens or green card holders when the child is born. So that is now no longer the case, and we're back to where a child born in the United States is automatically deemed a U.S. citizen, and the parents don't have to provide proof of anything regarding their own status. Well, if the order was upheld by the court, then over 100 years of precedent would have been basically tossed out the window, and we would have been living in a new legal order where parents have to go through the whole process to prove their own immigration status or citizenship status when a child is born in the US, and that would have been pretty bureaucratically hectic. Yes, actually, at least one of President Trump's own Supreme Court justices, Justice Barrett, whom he nominated in 2020, sided with the majority opinion of striking down the executive order. Justice Kavanaugh also voted to strike it down, but on other grounds. He voted to strike the order down on federal statutory grounds, not constitutional grounds, but two justices totally voted against the president's order. Well, as I mentioned earlier, the result now is back to where it's always been for over 100 years, which is that the executive order that President Trump put in place last year is now gone. It's nullified. It was struck down by the court. And now if a child is born in the United States on U.S. soil, he or she is deemed automatically a U.S. citizen, notwithstanding any immigration status of the parents. The president posted some things on his social media website, on Truth Social, blasting the decision, but mostly focusing on other cases that went his way. And he also mentioned that he will be trying to work with Congress to make changes to this issue. However, it's important to keep in mind, Congress can't really do anything about it, as the Supreme Court has upheld just today. This is a constitutional matter, not a legislative matter. So the only thing Congress can really do is pass a constitutional amendment, which is incredibly rare, and it's a very tall order.